10.17 as per the textbook. Let's read it out. A manager checked production records and found that a worker produced 225 units while working 50 hours. In the previous week, the same worker produced 164 units while working for 40 hours. The questions asked are: compute current period productivity and previous period productivity. Did the worker's productivity increase, decrease, or remain the same? Now, this is a case of, yeah, number one, definitely we have to identify the productivities, but there is a comparison going on with current week and previous week. At the same time, we are supposed to identify the growth. Yeah. So for that reason, here is the formula for productivity growth. So the formula is current productivity minus previous productivity divided by previous productivity. Multiply by 100, give you a percentage. And again, the problem has been solved in this, but let's solve a similar, yeah, the same problem over here, and we'll get the answer. And for that reason, let's do this half and half part. Yeah, so I'll begin creating a tabular formula. So let's say the given information, units produced, so output, I'll make this bigger. Again, the same good practice for productivity growth. I'll just make this formula for visual reference. Again, it's not mandatory, it's my practice. And when I was working, in companies, even this was my practice. In all my reports, I used to present. So again, a good practice. So coming back, the problem says units produced. Yeah. So very first is units 225 and weeks one given, right? Curve produced while working for 50. Oh, sorry, I was working week. So 225. I'll call this as week 2 and the previous one week 1. And here the number of hours he worked, right? Hours or working hours. 225 were made at 50 hours, and previously the output was 164 while working for 40 hours. Perfect, that's all is given. And again, I will just reshuffle this, or not delete, Control Z, Control X, the entire part, Control V, and delete this part. So week 1, this is, yeah. So the next step is, let's calculate the productivity. And again, a standard practice, units produced is Y, and working hours by the worker here is the input. So single input. And productivity is Y divided by X equals to Y divided by X. 4.1 and 4.5 are the productivity we calculated. And again, I will just make this presentable. So center, and add borders to it. And this is your calculated variable or output. So let's see, this is one of your answers. So green is a good denotation. Done. Yeah. So this is done. Now, technically previous. Yeah. So this is my current week. Oops, sorry. 225 units. So this is my current week. Just make a note, current week. And this is my PREVIOUSWK. You can add this over here as well, maybe a separate column. But yeah, this should be good for now. Now we are supposed to calculate this productivity growth. Yeah, so I'll just type in PROWTH, productivity growth. So as per this formula, my current productivity is 4.5, previous is 4.1. So yeah, just use that formula, equals to my current productivity is, let's start a bracket, 4.5 minus previous is 4.1, bracket close, divided by previous productivity, which is 4.1, enter. And yeah, well, one thing is I can multiply it by 100, or I can just directly go over here in the number tab and I will add percentage. So yeah, this is my productivity growth, and let me add a couple of decimals over here and see how I see. Oops, for some reason, oh yeah, perfect. 9.76 is my productivity group. So I'll highlight this as well because this is also one of the output we got. So revisiting, first is compute the current period productivity and previous period productivity, which we already did over here. So current is 4.5, previous is 4.1. Next one. Did the productivity, workers' productivity increase, decrease, or remain the same? So technically, it's positive 9.76%. So it increased. Yeah, so that should be your answer, that it increased by 9.76 percentage. So this completes our fourth problem as well.